New power centers formed.
Authority shifted. Power was now in the hands of the provincial governors. Trade became territorial. The sacred dimmed. Boundaries reshaped identity.
Every measure mattered.
People endured quietly.
Dozens of leaders, one fractured land.
Egypt glowed in fragments.
Time offered no mercy.
The old order faded. Communities tightened.
Creativity survived.
Memory held the kingdom together.
Hope took small shapes.
Knowledge still passed on.
People supported one another.
Rebuilding began slowly. Faith shifted inward.
Life adapted.
Community lit the darkness.
Unity found new forms. Signs of abundance returned.
Color came back.
Egypt breathed again. A new chapter formed quietly.
A southern city awakened. A new vision formed.
Leadership returned. Thebes became a refuge.
Abundance regrouped.
Culture blossomed again.
Spiritual life rekindled.
Identity strengthened.
Hope gained direction.
A new generation prepared.
Unity returned in pieces. Nature finally eased.
Life renewed.
Symbol of rebirth appeared. Momentum built. A leader destined for restoration.
Alliances formed.
Resistant regions reconsidered.
Infrastructure revived.
Unity was the goal.
People leaned toward order.
Stability returned. Gratitude filled shrines. Movement resumed.
Record keepers smiled once more.
He understood Egypt deeply. Spiritual unity grew. The land connected again.
Faith was strong.
A golden moment returned.
Community healed. The river blessed Egypt again. Structures rose anew.
History guided rebirth. Commerce unified the land. Knowledge flourished. Construction echoed old power. A symbol of national healing. Leadership grew confident. The moment had come. Regions moved toward unity. Egypt flowed together.
Blessings prepared the land.
Habit 1. Track every dollar. Money you ignore disappears.
Authority centralized. A unified identity resurfaced.
People felt the change.
Prosperity returned widely.
Egypt rebuilt its soul. A leader stood for all. A new history began.
Faith, unified hearts.
Nature aligned with renewal.
Egypt centered once more.
The dream was complete. The reunifier restored the two lands.
From collapse came rebirth.
A new chapter of Egypt begins.
A king restores unity to the land.
Peace returns to everyday life.
The river blesses Egypt once again. Writers record the rebirth of harmony. Hands rebuild the backbone of Egypt. Temples praise the return of balance.
Life rushes back into the streets.
Knowledge becomes Egypt's new treasure. Poetry begins to shape identity. An official begins an unexpected journey.
A message shakes his world. Fear pushes him into the unknown.
Under the stars, he questions his fate. Strangers welcome him with kindness. He learns a new way of living. A new life grows far from home. But the heart remembers its homeland. A royal invitation changes everything. He chooses to return. Forgiveness welcomes him home. A journey ends with grace. His story becomes Egypt's classic literature. Generations learn from his path.
A timeless lesson in loyalty.
A new wave of temple design begins. Stones prepared for sacred places. The river carries Egypt's future. Walls grow toward the heavens. Art shapes the divine. A sacred peace fills the air. Sunlight crowns the sacred. Nature becomes part of worship. Nature becomes part of worship.
People gather in gratitude.
Tradition grows deeper.
Young minds join sacred service. Architecture meets light. Royal vision guides creation. Detail becomes devotion.
Beauty fills sacred spaces.
Another masterpiece stands complete. Egypt honors its builders. Night falls on a living monument. Devotion renews with every sunrise. Gold becomes the language of honor. Color is crafted with patient hands. Life thrives where peace is planted. Poetry becomes part of worship.
Light spreads through every home.
Egypt enters a golden calm. Commerce begins to bloom.
The river becomes a highway of trade. Egypt prepares gifts for far lands. Southward, routes open once more.
Old allies greet with joy.
Nubia shares its treasured wealth. Every exchange carefully documented. Luxury flows north to Egypt. Friendship strengthens across borders.
Beyond the Red Sea lies Punt, land of wonders. The journey carries hope.
At last, Punt's golden shores. Sacred gifts trade hands.
A treasure prized by temples.
Aromatic riches fill the decks.
Egypt carries home the gifts of Punt. Storms test the traveler's courage. Still, the voyage continues. Egypt welcomes its explorers home. Wealth flows back into the kingdom. Gifts enrich sacred halls. New scents shape Egyptian life.
History records every journey.
Trade reshapes daily life. Prosperity flows from every direction. Innovation guides the builder's hand. Precision becomes Egypt's pride. Nature inspires every form. Structures grow more complex. Ingenuity lifts the impossible. Color reaches new heights. Water management becomes art.
Architecture becomes narrative. Order defines beauty.
Joy crowns every achievement. Royal approval inspires more progress. Light becomes part of design. Art gains new colors. craft becomes sharper. Nature and architecture unite. Knowledge becomes infrastructure.
Time is measured with elegance.
Comfort shapes design. Beauty honors harmony. Innovation becomes identity.
A new literary era begins.
Wisdom travels from hand to hand. Knowledge finds a home. Advice becomes immortal. Texts teach how to live well.
Precision carries wisdom.
Lessons echo across generations.
Wisdom lives in every home.
Ideas grow through conversation.
Stories preserved for centuries ahead. Words shine brighter than gold. Egypt trains wise rulers. Wisdom becomes architecture. Knowledge shapes destinies. Memory becomes a shared treasure.
The age of wisdom leaves a radiant mark.
Golden Egypt closes, but its light continues. Egypt enters an age of fear. Strangers from the east arrive, the Hyksos. Their weapons were unlike anything Egypt had seen. They studied the delta, fertile, open, vulnerable.
Life in Egypt continued as usual, but change approached.
The newcomers built homes, blending in quietly.
Trade opened the gates before armies did. Technologies flowed into Egypt, and so did influence. Some Egyptian nobles welcomed the outsiders. Others resisted and faced consequences.
The Hyksos brought a creature Egypt had never mastered, the horse.
With horses came the chariot, a revolution on wheels. Speed, power, precision. Egypt was stunned.
Their armies suddenly looked ancient.
Avarice becomes the heart of Hyksos power. Territory after territory fell into their hands. The South learned of the threat too late. They adapted to Egypt, and Egypt slowly changed. Their military advantage was overwhelming. Conflict erupted across Lower Egypt. Egypt's rulers were pushed south. Memphis, once a royal seat, fell into foreign hands.
The Hyksos declared themselves pharaohs.
Egypt became a divided land. But in the south, resistance was growing.
A child of destiny was rising. Ahmose. The Hyksos strengthened their grip.
Prophecies foretold a liberate.
The Hyksos chariot corps dominated the north. Egypt began learning from its occupiers.
Innovation sparked in the south.
Egyptians adapted to horseback skills quickly. Allies from the south strengthened the resistance.
Hope spread across Upper Egypt.
The first cracks appeared in Hyksos control.
Strategy replaced fear. Egypt mastered the chariot at last.
The Hyksos realized resistance had evolved.
The march for liberation had begun. A leader ready to reclaim Egypt.
Whispers spread. Foreign armies were on the move.
Riders, unlike any seen before, entered Egypt's edges.
The animal that stunned Egyptian eyes, the horse.
Chariots! Fast! Lethal! Revolutionary!
Egypt's old defenses fell faster than ever before. Villagers escaped as the delta shifted under foreign rule. Avarice became their stronghold, the seat of Hyksos power. Their rule was organized, tactical, and ambitious. New trade routes flourished under Hyksos influence. Technology advanced. Bronze tools reshaped warfare. Technology advanced. Bronze tools reshaped warfare.
Composite bows. Stronger. Farther. Deadlier.
Temples trembled as Egypt's identity faced crisis. Chariot warfare became the new master skill.
But Egyptians were learning too, quietly.
Thebes refused to bend, a spark of rebellion. Revolution whispered through Theban streets.
Taxes grew heavy. Resentment grew heavier. Leaders emerged, bold, angry, ready. Ordinary people prepared for extraordinary struggle.
The invaders strengthened their grasp.
Information became Thebes' sharpest weapon. They studied enemy tools, then improved them.
The art of war evolved rapidly.
All of Egypt participated, silently, bravely. Their confidence grew.
A generation raised under foreign rule.
Choices sharpened. Thebes chose resistance.
A leader prepared to risk everything.
The rebellion formally began.
The invaders underestimated Thebes.